Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Lakeburg Legacies. When we left off in the previous episode, we welcomed in a lady and her seamster husband. So Meliora Nash, 18 years old, joined us in the kingdom, and she married Godric, who is 23 years old. Luckily, he wanted to be a seamster and we had enough resources to expand the sewing workshop, so that's what we did. And now he is working over here and at least, having some income in his family. Meliora, however, I think she has a lot of things that can serve as like a backup. For example, a backup lumberjack or lady of the evening. And then, a potential builder if we somehow manage to get a blacksmith and save up enough tools to get that building site. That aside, we had surprisingly some babies born. I think we had 2 babies born that caught me off guard. Where are the babies? We had Althea born to the Bonnet family and Cecilia born to the Taylor family. Actually, now that I think about it, we've been having a lot of baby girls. Like, we've only had, Wolfgang has been the only baby boy born recently. Everyone else has been a little girl, which is like that many extra houses we're gonna need to invest in at some point. But hey, I think it is good for the growth of the kingdom and the bloodlines to be having more girls. So okay, that is that. Now, in terms of what we need to do, necessary action-wise, we know that for Olive Knapp, we have been trying to save up stone for the mason's workshop, but every time something else comes along that requires stone immediately and we have all the other resources, so we kind of give it away. And she's been having a rough time settling in and trying to see the expansion of the mason's workshop. She's been like holding her breath this whole time. It's just not been working out. And then, guys, with the birth of all these children, something happened that might just change the course of Olive's life. So Olive, mostly, yes, she wants to be a mason, but really, her aspiration has always been to be a thief. She would rather be a thief, that excites her more than being a mason. And we recently just saw the establishment of the Thieves Guild, so I think Olive is probably like sick and tired of waiting however many years. She's 21. She's been waiting since she was 18, right? She's been waiting like a few years at this point for the Mason's Workshop to expand the kingdom. People in town, they keep saying that it's going to happen, but it just doesn't happen. She's tired of being unemployed and not really doing anything, and her husband, I'm pretty sure, works at the Rodent nest as a rat trainer, and maybe he's whispered some things into her ear about it might be lucrative to, check out the Thieves Guild. So Olive is actually gonna become our thief, guys. She's gonna become our thief. So there we go. And I'm assuming, similar to the pleasure house, having a thief, you'd think, would make your security go down, but actually makes the security go up. I'm assuming because instead of having like rampant thievery throughout the entire kingdom, now that particular niche is kind of, taken over by the thieves. So it's like you have to kind of belong to the Thieves Guild in order to steal on their territory. And obviously the Thieves Guild can only have a certain amount of thieves. So the rest of the population, they're basically contending with the official Thieves Guild, because if they go ahead and steal on Thieves Guild's territory, they could get in trouble, and so they behave themselves because that is not their niche. So that's kind of how I'm interpreting this. But okay, now Olive is a thief, guys, a member of the Thieves Guild. Good on you, Olive. Good on you. Sometimes life takes us in very different directions, but that's kind of what fate had in store for her. And to be honest, I think that is really, really cool and badass direction. Okay, and then we actually have a couple we might get together. So I think Josephine might try her luck at asking Loop out on a date. They have a huge age gap between them. She's like 38, he's 66, but she is going to ask him out on a date, and we'll see how that goes. I'll be very very impressed with Loop if he manages to get into like yet another marriage and get his backside off the streets. That would be quite interesting. But okay, let's see how this goes for her. So let's take a look. They have awful affinity. I mean, obviously she's heartbroken and widowed, but even then, I feel like they might have average if it wasn't for that. But let's see how this goes. Okay, so they're starting off at the inn. We could say no cuddles before the third date, or seek a dancing partner. We're gonna seek a partner for the next ball. Really, Loop and his 2 left feet blatantly prefers avoiding this invitation. And then we're going to a boat ride on the lake. We could criticize barbarians who like dueling, or talk about favorite songs. We'll talk about favorite songs. Josephine and Loop talk for hours about their favorite bards and musical genres. And then finally, well, they didn't even need a third date because it's going good enough that they are discussing marriage immediately. I am very impressed at Loop. Is this his 3rd marriage now? I don't know. We're gonna have to check. But it's like every single time, they're in a loveless marriage, but every single time he manages to get out of the streets. Like in the nick of time, he gets out of the streets and finds like somewhere to live and lounge. But Loop, I'm curious about you, my dude. How many partners have you had? Okay, he has had so 1 living ex, and then 2, 3. Okay, he's had like 3 exes. So this is his 4th marriage. Oh my goodness. This is his 4th marriage, guys. Someone else has had a 4th marriage too. I think Ramonda had a 4th marriage. The baker who died a while back. But yeah, wow. He's definitely energetic. He's definitely proud and energetic. I can see that. I can 100% see that. Okay, well, let's get going and see what happens in town. Okay, oh no, Theodora has died of hunger. Oh my goodness. In these times, of dire famine, Theodora Ashdown couldn't find enough food to survive. Deficiencies, weight loss, and a general weakness finally got the better of this unfortunate villager, who couldn't receive adequate help in time. We have vegetables, we have meat and bread. I'm sorry if we don't have enough fish and fruits. Surely you guys are not starving. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Theodora has just died. That's gonna be a hit to the Ashdown family. Okay, where is the Ashdown family? Where is the Ashdown family? Hold on. Where the heck did they go? Oh, hold on. There is no Ashdown family right now because her spouse is most probably single at this point. You would hope, right? Okay, was it Emmerich? Oh, she didn't have any children, did she? I think she was married to Emmerich, but they didn't have any kids. I think it would now be... the Fletcher family. Oh, hold on. Emmerich, I'm sorry, but you do not get to keep this house. I am so sorry. You do not get to keep that house. He is now single. He is out on the streets. Yeah, that is not good. So the Ashdown family never managed to establish themselves in Lakeburg. They never had any children. And a storage limit for meat has been reached, so we're going to expand that so we can have some more meat. Okay. My goodness. Well, let's keep going. Also, that means now we have an opening at the Mason's workshop. And you know what? I feel bad saying this, but I think Theodora was the one causing all the problems in the Mason's workshop. Look at that. She died and the ambience became neutral. Wow. So, if anyone wants to become a Mason at some point, we have a vacancy there. Okay, let's keep going. See what's going on in town. Okay, hold on. It seems as though Kristoff and Brynja have met each other and they made a bad impression. Oh, great. Really? Kristoff this whole time is laying low, and I thought that maybe he's gonna lean into like the good side of things. Theodora, the problem Mason, left. That was a good chance for them to kind of stabilize things at the workplace, but nope. Kristoff and Brynja now realize they don't like each other. Who's the problem now? Oh my goodness, it took like barely any time for the ambience to become bad. Kristoff's the problem. Kristoff, why? Why are you such a problem? Why are you such a problem? I don't know, guys, but it's Kristoff. It's not Brynja and Chris. It is Kristoff who is being the difficult person. It's almost as though he was like waiting. He was lying there waiting as soon as... Oh, by the way, did we just lose our thief? What's going on with Olive? Because the Thieves Guild, I think... Oh, she's unemployed again. I'm so sorry, Olive. She was briefly a thief, and then the Thieves Guild was shut down because they didn't have enough population. Someone died that had an effect across industries. Theodora didn't only wreck her own workplace, she wrecked the Thieves Guild too, and Olive's livelihood. It's okay, Olive. You'll find your way back there. Soon. I hope. Soon. But yeah, it's almost as though our boy Kristoff was lying in wait, and maybe Theodora had like a stronger personality than him, so he couldn't really cause trouble. As soon as she croaked, he started kicking up dirt. Honestly, Kristoff, honestly, I expected more from you. I expected more. And then it seems as though Chris and Brynja are disappointed. So the way I'm going to interpret this, because I don't think it would be disappointed with each other. I think that both of them maybe met after Brynja and after Brynja and Kristoff had a disagreement and the ambience in the workplace has gotten really bad. Maybe Chris and Brynja went out to fish to, you know, talk about this whole situation, and they had different hopes for the Masons workshop after Theodora had left, and they're kind of disappointed that Kristoff is not on board with them, and they're kind of disappointed that Kristoff is being so difficult. I think that's probably what this bonding session is all about. Because they have an excellent relationship, so I think what it is, more or less, is probably just, you know, them being upset that they couldn't get along with Kristoff. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going, Oh my goodness, some of these families want more kids, but they already have a child. You guys, focus on different things. Oh my goodness, Elfrida has died quietly. Okay, I can kind of see why we might be going slowly into a famine, because our farmers are dying. Our farmers are like one by one dying. Elfrida has died quietly. After a short but intense life, Elfrida Morrow quietly passed away, surrounded by those closest to her. While death is often a sad event, one could easily find themselves jealous of the serene look of fulfillment that lined Elfrida's face. Moments like these are a rarity here in Lakeburg. She actually had the most peaceful death out of everyone that has ever died, I think. I mean, some have fallen asleep by a tree while hugging a tree, but you know, Elfrida was at least surrounded by her family members, and she was very young. She hadn't even started graying yet or getting wrinkles, like at 49, which is an impressive feat considering she works out in the sun, like as a farmer all the time. Oh, and now we only have like 2 people working the farm, so you can kind of see why our production would be down. Ambience is also bad, so they don't even... The 2 people left. Are you kidding me? These 2 are married. Are you telling me that this couple does not like working with each other? Because they are married. Apparently, the Kipling family, they don't like working with each other. Yikes. Yikes. They are married, right? I hope I'm not remembering the wrong couple. I'm pretty confident they are married. Hold on a second. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Oh my goodness, guys. I thought the wrong couple were together. Hold on. I'm so confused right now. Oh, because their wives died. Okay, where is... Sorry, my bad. Where is our lady that doesn't have a husband, or has she remarried? That was Josephine. Josephine married Loop after Hubert died. That's right. Okay, I did not have the wrong... Wait, no. Oh my goodness. Did I have the wrong couple in my head? I think I had the wrong couple in my head. Well, that's awkward. Yeah. So, I swear I did not have the wrong couple, or did I? I must have had like the wrong couple in my head. I think Josephine, actually, Josephine was married. My bad. She was married to the other guy. Hubert was the one married to... see, this is... Sometimes, when the population grows, we have like a lot of characters, I start making a bit of a mess. You guys might have been yelling at me at this point. But I did not realize. Yeah, Hubert was married to the one who just died. He was married to Elfrida. It was Hubert and Elfrida. And Josephine was married to the other guy, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me, but wait, hold on. Eustace. She was married to Eustace. Because I saw her name Kipling. I couldn't remember her last name. I saw the Kipling name and I was like, hold on. That's the ginger child who looks really unique. And there is no way that Hubert was... Actually, he might have been ginger, but I don't know. I was seeing Eustace's face in my head. I'm so sorry for mixing you guys up, but they apparently don't like each other. They're rivals. Totally makes sense. The couples, they always argue with each other. The farm must have been an interesting place to work, where you had daily drama, because there were couples working in the farm and all the couples disliked each other. Yikes. Okay, let's keep going. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized. My bad. I know that Olive cannot live out her thieving dreams anymore, but we have a vacancy at the mason's workshop. She can become a mason. Olive. I guess you were always fated to become a mason. Your stint at the Thieves Guild was just a temporary thing. You just had to wait for Theodora to die. Was Theodora her, mentor? Theodora must have been her past mentor, no? It's not even, tracked over here, but I feel like, I don't know. I think Theodora must have been her mentor. Because she doesn't have any, friends over here. I think that was the case. I guess she was fated to never work alongside her mentor. That's okay. That is okay, though. Have you improved? Well, it's still bad. But Olive... Okay, Olive's not really helping, guys. Olive's not helping. We'll give her some time to see whether she's going to improve things and make it worse. We'll give her some time. But yeah, it's not really working. And now Emmerich and Hubert are both out on the streets. Fair enough. Oh. Oh. This was quite unexpected, if I say so myself. We have some dirty talk going on between Helios, the rat trainer, and Rowan, the lumberjack. Rowan, who is married to the very beautiful lady of the evening, Emelina, I'm pretty sure. But okay, let's take a look. Helios is well known in the village for his sharp tongue and flowery vocabulary. Rowan, who had a rather strict education, finds his notorious vulgarity quite exciting, but doesn't know how to approach him. We could go for it heads on, but it would bother Helios. Or we could approach him with subtlety, and they would have their first kiss. Obviously, we're going to go with the subtlety. After numerous rehearsals and much consideration, Rowan decided to make a move. Alas, when he tried to put his plan into motion, he sprawled on the floor in front of Helios, making him laugh loudly, and allowing them to start a conversation. Against all odds, Helios is in love. I don't know if I should feel bad for Emelina, because she went through this exact thing, so can she really blame her husband? Can she really blame him? Oh my goodness! Rowan just had his first kiss with the rat trainer, and then he died of hunger. Did he die of hunger, or did he die of the plague? I don't know. Helios works with the rats, must have given Rowan something. Maybe he gave him some food that had been nibbled on by a rat, and Rowan was just, I don't know. Maybe Helios found some way to smuggle fish or smuggle fruit from outside the kingdom, from a neighboring place, and he was keeping maybe, I don't know, a sack of fruit with him or something like that, and offered one to Rowan, since, they were having this secret bit of romance with each other. But maybe the rats had kind of started nibbling on those fruits, and Rowan ended up getting sick from that and dying. It says he died from hunger, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Rowan. Okay. Well, Rowan at 46 has just passed away. We have an opening at the Lumberjack's Lodge. I am pretty sure someone can work at the Lumberjack's Lodge. Like, I'm pretty confident. Okay. And as you know, it's wild that Rowan and Emelina were apparently madly in love. But then Rowan had this, like, he just suddenly got attracted to Helios. This is why sometimes you try not to be led astray, you know? Because the oddest things will happen. Okay, we have Emmerich. Now, Emmerich he came into Lakeburg, I think, married to Emelina. And he left her because he found out about her brief affair with Valerius. So I don't think that's gonna be a thing. I don't think Hubert has any history with any, like, Emelina, because obviously he was married to Elfrida his whole life and faithful to her. But he might just, I mean, he doesn't want to be out on the streets. He might try his luck with this beautiful lady of the evening. I mean, he's a 55-year-old farmer. She is 39, so there is a bit of an age gap between them. But he's gonna try his luck. So let's go ahead, get him to ask Emelina out on a date. Ooh. So if Emelina wasn't, like, widowed, if they both went widowed and heartbroken, they might actually have some affinity, guys, because they both like dueling and they both dislike music. So let's see how this goes. We're gonna take them out on a date. Okay, they're at the hill by moonlight. We could get excited about great libraries or insult mussels. We're gonna insult mussels and a tiny... Emelina doesn't end his sentence, but Hubert got the message. Okay, and then we're gonna be at the inn. We could share the recipe for nougat with dried fruits or talk about the latest clothing trends. We're gonna talk about the latest clothing trends. Nothing beats discussing marvelous royal outfits to create bonds. They don't even need a boat ride because they're discussing marriage and they're infatuated with each other despite the age gap. Okay. So Hubert and Emelina are going to be together. Now, Emelina's never had a child of her own, and I'm not sure about Hubert. Oh wait, Hubert had Nathan. Nathan's kind of already grown up. He's married out. He has his own kid, I think, at this point. He actually had... Who did he have? He does have a kid. I just don't remember who his kid is. Hubert, where are you? Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting confused. Where is our lovely Hubert? Okay, he's in the Taylor family. Yeah, he has Cecilia. He's Cecilia's father. Which is, you know, great for him. But where is our newest family? Oh, no. There is no Everhart family. Does Emelina not have a house? She should live in the Fitzroy. No. No, Emelina is the house owner. Thank you very much, Hubert. Emelina is the house owner. Okay, so apparently they have an insignificant wish to have a baby, so they only have a 2% chance. I feel like a lot of that might be from Hubert's point of view, but I don't know. Emelina also, I'm pretty sure, had an insignificant, like, wish to have a baby with her ex-husband, with Rowan. So, But, okay, guys, we apparently have 2, like, empty houses. Yeah, we have like 2 empty houses at this point. I'm just doing a quick scan to see if anyone who shouldn't have property has property. No. Emmerich is currently homeless. He's just gonna have to wait it out. It almost feels like sometimes he and Evelina are like in constant competition to see who has a better marriage, because they switch constantly, you know? But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.